my gosh.
Okay, I think now is the time.
We just took things to the next level. You know, for the first 20 years of my life, I grew up thinking that cheese was basically just an afterthought. I would use packaged cheese on sandwiches, putting like a slice of cheddar or American cheese, and on super special occasions, maybe a slice of provolone cheese. And the notion of eating cheese by itself was not only foreign, but honestly seemed just like a little bit unhealthy. But that all changed when I moved to France. Everywhere I would walk, I would smell cheese. Every time I went to a friend's house, they would give me a new cheese to try. And after a while, I fell in love with this utterly simple but absolute art of cheese. So today I woke up and decided today was the day to live in this love. To not only eat cheese, but to live in this passion by exploring Paris via cheese for 24 hours. Let's go. So when I was thinking of how to start off this journey, I thought it made the most sense to go to the source. To basically seek out something that I don't know / haven't experienced before. And truly help me understand like how this passion actually works. And at first I thought of contacting different farmers, but then I found something that literally just displays how passionate the French are of fresh products and specifically cheese. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the absolutely overwhelming agriculture fair of France. And I grossly underestimated the amount of people that would be here. I mean, there's one building, there's two buildings, 3 buildings, 4. I think there's another one over there. Basically at this event space, they're displaying all the fresh products from literally having animals here to cheese to meat to everything. However, right now I'm gonna try to go find the cheese pavilion and just dive into this right away. Oh my gosh. I cannot describe to you guys the incredible smells in the air in this room. I mean, this thing goes for aisles and aisles and aisles, and there's anything from absolutely incredible looking sausages, from all different types of cheeses, to literally the best looking sandwiches I've ever seen. Bonjour monsieur.
Bonjour.
Quel est le plus vieux? Comté?
Le plus vieux?
Oui, jaune.
Le moins. Le moins.
Ah, parfait. Je prends 100 grammes.
100 grammes. Alors, 1 kilo.
Ah, pas 1 kilo, non.
1 kilo, 500 grammes.
Oui,
400 grammes.
Oui, c'est bon.
Oui. Et celui-là?
Oui, oui, ça. C'est dur, hein?
Non.
Non.
Non, mais autrement.
Oui.
Autrement, ça part comme ça.
C'est très difficile, oui.
C'est pour ça que je fais pas ça. Autrement, ça part.
Oui, c'est magnifique. Merci.
Merci.
You know, I feel like there's different levels of excitement when you discover something new. There's this first level of like, okay, this is really exciting, this is something new, I like it. And then there's a level of like, how have I never known about this before? This is literally my absolute dreamland. After walking around this area for about the last 30 minutes, I can choose the second one. But anyway, after looking through literally hundreds of different cheeses, I chose the Comté. This is a classic aged, unpasteurized cow milk cheese that's aged for 16 months and is personally one of my favorite cheeses of France. Now, like I've said in the past videos, my French, not that great. And when I was choosing out kind of how much that I was getting there, I mean, the guy, he whipped out like a massive knife. And then I was like, all right, I'm definitely getting a bunch of cheese. That is an absolute slab right there. Oh, today is going to just be the best day ever. All right, now, first things first, let's talk about the culture of cheese of France. So each cheese that we're going to try today and in all of France comes from a specific region. So for example, this cheese, Comté, is made in the Jura Massive region, which is basically the eastern part of France. And cheese in all places in France is produced differently based on the cattle that they have, and also of course the way that it's matured. Now, the flavor on this. Comté is considered one of the most flavorful cheeses of France, not necessarily for like that hard hit of like just force, but more so the different layers on top of it. So the Comté itself is very dense and has almost like a pale yellow color to it. And the denseness and specifically the outside of the cheese shows its age, making for a very, very deep, complex flavor from anything of like fruity sweet to nutty and salty. And I know that kind of sounds weird, of course, having like a nutty salty flavor combined with almost like a sweet flavor, but for me it combines to make one of the most complex but incredible delicious cheeses of France. Now, funnily enough, even though this market is literally every product you can think of in France, I didn't find the cheese that I was actually looking for here. It's a cheese that personally I think has the strongest flavor of France, but also has quite a record list of its own. You see, this cheese is not only illegal in the United States, but it's also banned from all transportation systems in France. So without further ado, let's go try the famous smelly cheese of Epoisse. Oh my god. Bonjour.
Je sais qu'on est beau, mais quand même, venir nous prendre en photo comme ça sans demander. Allez, c'est bien parce que c'est vous. Hein.
Bon, donc je prends le poisse l'écrou. Alright, now one of the main questions that I get from people is, why do you set up your shots just like in the middle of the street, in, you know, the side of the road, kind of awkward places? And the only answer that I have for you guys is I'm so excited to eat the food that I don't really have any time to find the best cinematic shot. With that said, let's open this puppy here. This is the notoriously known cheese, Epoisse. It has an orangey red outside crust and an overwhelmingly creamy inside. Anyway, I have not had Epoisse forever, so I am so excited for that. Oh my gosh. Oh my lord. Wow, I literally just went on a trip from a bite. Holy crap. When you're in France, you will be astonished by the different cheeses, by the different tastes that you have. But if you try Epoisse, you'll either think it's the most incredible thing in the world, you'll go on that trip that I just had, or you'll think it's the most disgusting, most revolting thing you've ever tasted. Like, it's a solid minute after taking that bite, and the taste is still going through my mouth, through my nose, through my entire like sensory system. Like, this cheese is not enough to say like, oh, it's a nice nutty or it's a nice like spicy flavor. No, no, no. The only way you can describe it is usually when you taste cheese or any type of food, you utilize both taste and smell. But when you ingest a bite of Epoisse, all your senses, they go absolutely. Oh my gosh, that was a true experience of France. Now, if you're someone that loves cheese but don't want to either smell up the entire block you're on or maybe your house, then I have something for you that's not only one of my favorite experiences of France, but also the world. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go eat some raclette. Go, Lucille. Are you ready for raclette?
On va vous prendre 2 raclettes au lait cruqué. We will have a massive steam in the middle of a street. C'est la première fois que je viens ici et que j'ai une vraie raclette, donc
c'est très grand, oui.
Ah, wow. Génial.
So we can get unlimited amounts of this.
Yes.
No way. Oh my gosh.
Oh shit. Okay, I think now is the time.
Holy.
Wait, I don't know what to do.
Lucille, you're French. You need to know what you're doing.
No, it's the first time I'm doing this.
I need to introduce you because I just had that shot outside, but I didn't actually say like, this is Lucille, cheese expert. Say hi, Lucille.
I'm not a cheese expert.
Okay, now we actually have to get into like like what the business is behind raclette. So raclette is a semi-soft, absolute bomb of cow cheese. The specific cheese that we went with is lait cru, which is also known as having the most flavor for raclette. And at this specific restaurant, it came with this massive contraption and the biggest cheese wedge I have ever seen. Now, not only is this cheese called raclette, but the method of raclette actually means to scrape, which has been made a literal tradition in France, Switzerland, and also Germany. Basically melted cheese on meat and potatoes.
In the long way.
Okay.
And you start from the top and you go to the bottom. And you make sure the plate is there. Okay.
Oh my freaking God.
And be gentle with it, don't totally destroy it. Yeah, perfect.
Oh my
Doing great.
gosh. This is like an absolutely insane experience. First bite of raclette. It just tastes good. On other cheeses, it's been spicy or it's been like very rich, but this it just tastes amazing. It's the easiest cheese to eat. You know?
So I think what's cool about raclette, not even about the cheese, is like about like eating a lot of it together. Really the sharing aspect of it.
It's almost less about the cheese itself and more about the act of the raclette.
Yeah, and I think it's cool, like even like with the raclette with the tiny pans.
Yeah.
It's like really fun. So I think like it's like not at all how you should do it. It's like the opposite.
No, it's okay. It's
Don't do that.
Lucia, what did you just do?
I don't know. Please don't hate me in the comments. So I'm trying to grill the meat, but I'm very confused about how to do it.
Just grill it with the cheese. It's actually a really good idea.
Yeah.
Lucille, you are an absolute genius. This is you. This is your creation right here. I have no words. Oh, yeah. This is the aftermath. Pretty good effort, but I'm just like... Oh my gosh. Anyway, guys, that was the first food adventure of kind of like specific food. So thank you again to Lucille, the cheese expert here.
Stop calling me a cheese expert.
Comment below what food we should do next. Also, I'll be releasing the 3rd episode of the street food series, so if you haven't seen the first one, check it out there. And I don't know, I'm just so full from that raclette. That was absolutely insane. Insane. Bye, guys.